Yeah, I mean, he does still have that one last chance at lifting the Aegis, and someone else who does is Puppey. Secret qualified earlier today, and we do have them joining us for an interview, so I'm very excited. Puppey, congratulations again. You guys had a great performance at the start of today. You had that upper bracket run. What was the celebrations and the emotions feeling like when you guys did take that last slot?
I mean, the emotions obviously felt good. I mean, it's a win, you know. We had a really, really tough first game, and like we did a throning, you know. So it kind of like felt like it was meant to be type of thing. So it worked out, you know, and that's how it went. You know, emotions are really high, adrenaline is super high. So, I mean, the adrenaline never really stopped after we thrown them. To be fair.
Yeah, I do actually want to ask a question about that. What were the communications like? Was that your call to just go straight for the tier 4s and to hold your ground despite the buybacks?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they didn't have Undying buyback, which was already enough for us to play like a bunch of assholes. Plus, the DD gives a lot of help. Like, you know, once you see a DD and once you're behind in a game and you have the actual chance to... You have Aegis, you have DD, no Undying buyback, and you get to pose the fight, you know, yourself. I don't know, it just seemed too good to be true, so I just went for it.
Yeah, a recipe that you were able to read there. Another question I do have is Resolution, newest member to you guys, and after a bit of a lackluster and a very difficult and tumultuous year for you, how was it having him come on, and what sort of strength has he added to the roster?
I think it's really hard to pinpoint exactly the things that have happened, but what I've noticed for sure is that the chemistry between him and our team, especially Zayas, is just way better. And I think you do need chemistry in a team. I think if things happen naturally in the team, things are way better once you try to like constantly force things like, oh, you need to listen to me here, listen to me there. You're like, if it happens naturally, it's way better. If you try to force it, I don't think you guys are meant together, you know, that type of thing. It's a relationship, it's a Dota game, and obviously I think Rezo was he was more set on how he wants to play, and it kind of made more sense, like for the meta at least. But the meta, the way he wanted to play is exactly how everybody else is playing, and it kind of like clicked a little bit faster. So there's a lot of benefits, and it just worked out.
It did.
All right. Hey, Puppey, congrats, you know, on making it to your TI again. You haven't missed out on one yet. I have 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
So first off, it's going to be Dota related. I feel like you guys had probably very good preparation and the better drafts against Virtus Pro. First of all, would you agree?
For sure. We weren't really afraid of their disruptors or their undyings, to be fair. They really wanted those heroes. They really loved them. But I don't think... Like, they're pretty obvious for us what they want to do with them. And it's not really a surprise. And I think, like, it's... I mean, overall... Yeah, I think we were more prepared. I think first game could have been a little bit better draft. I think it was a bit, like, rough to kind of actually finish the game or... feel good in the game, but you know, whatever.
Okay, and then second question, this might be a little more personal. So I feel like, so in this season, it didn't actually go as well for you particular, or for your team, up until maybe the Riyadh Masters and the last couple weeks. So I wanted to know, did you feel in particular like different in this season compared to others? Like, did you have, I don't know, different feelings or different emotions? Or was it just like, you know, I'm going to chill, even though there's some roster changes here or there, we'll make it, and, you know, everything was the same?
No, I hated this season. As in, I was kind of like losing my mind practically in first season already. Because I think, as you can see, as you saw, as everybody did, we didn't do good, right? But I felt like people had like some kind of, you know, they weren't stressed enough that there's, you know, there's a lot of time. But I don't think there is time. There is no time in this past DPCs. You literally have only 2 chances. I think even if you qualify and win the 3rd major, you're not even going to TI. You actually get the hell out of here. You know, you win that TI as entity on the 3rd season. Let's say they would have done that. you wouldn't even go to TI after winning that. So it's a bugged system. It's not that good. I think it's too stressful. 6 weeks stuck somewhere, plus 2 weeks of like pre-boot camp or something like that. It's a bit of a yikes. Esports is fast. We're not like morons that have to like constantly. Work out for something. We don't need downtime. I don't understand what this bullshit is about. Like about esports needing some kind of like downtime. We do need downtime, but we can do things fast. We can play 15 games a day. All right. I understand it's like rough or some shit like that, but that's our capacity of what we can do is much higher because we don't get tired of it that easily. If people can do it, we should abuse the situation and not just like make ourselves feel like, I don't know, we're doing sports. Actual sports is hard, not as much as this physically.
Yeah. Right. I agree. I love your answer. And again, congrats. Hug Mr. Cyborg Matt from me. And thanks for the answer.
Of course I will.
All right, my question's going to be, so you've been to every TI now. I just wanted some insight, like what makes this TI so far special to you?
Well, to be fair, it's pretty obvious in my books is that I went to a different path in order to get qualified for this international. I think I've been through every type of path in order to get qualified. I've been invited, I've gone through open qualifiers, I've gone through just regular qualifiers without open qualifiers, and now this was the new path, the newest of paths in order to get to TI. So it's
The last path, would you say?
last chance. It's it's the last path that I haven't taken in order to get to TI, so I instantly did it when it's not, when it's available. Oh, a new way to get to TI. Here we go. I think that's the one that really kind of like puts me to like him. Of course, I'm getting here like 11 times in a row, but I think the path is more important than actually getting here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Puppey, congrats on your qualifying to TI once again. I only had one question for you. You guys had a very positive appearance on the camera shots that we've been seeing, so I have to ask, outside of now qualifying to TI 11, has something specific happened there with the team in the last few days why you've had such a joyful mood with the team, or is it just a more team atmosphere related thing?
I would say the mood obviously goes positive if we know what we're doing. And I think a lot has changed in the past, like, I would consider 2 weeks. And it wasn't really, like, functional right away, like in the first week. We had, like, a very short boot camp because we had to play the qualifiers, then had to go home, then had to go straight to the boot camp. So we didn't really have that much time, but still, I would say after getting beaten by Entity, we really had to get our shit together because they just whooped our asses in a way where we kind of like we had to know that their ideas are way better. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, like, these ideas are very hard to decipher, and it took a little bit of time. And then once I started realizing what's actually happening with like the big heads in my team, we started pursuing the idea process, and slowly, like, the gears start changing in the right way. And I think just we're positive because we're winning. Even if the game is rough, we know at least what we're doing is right. So that's the positivity. It just comes from the fact that we're doing the right thing. We know we're like working out the right direction.
Yeah, and it definitely worked out for you guys to take that last slot. I do have one last question, though. And, you talk about all the paths that you've been able to take. Now you've done the last chance qualifier path. Do you think this is going to give you guys at Secret an advantage when it comes to groups and further into TI?
I would not ever make a prediction that is better or worse, because that's just jinxing yourself. I'm not going to put myself into that position. But if I would look back in the storylines of Cinderella stories, to be fair, the two teams, Secret, OG Spirit, that have won TI, kind of went through a regional qualifier. Mm-hmm. I know OG didn't go the second time, but they still did it through regional qualifiers, and they still had to play a lot of games. And I think this was the equivalent of the most regional qualifiers you can get. So, yeah, more games is obviously beneficial. And that's just kind of like the truth. But, I'm not gonna get any benefits from it. Come on, I'm not gonna jinx myself. I'm probably gonna lose, right? Yeah, it's all good.
Hey, you can put whatever you want out there. At the end of the day, you are going to TI. Congratulations again, 11 in a row, and thank you so much for joining us, Puppey.
Thank you. Goodbye.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.